True power is not found in crowns or jewels, nor is it merely held by the might of armies. It resides in the mind that outwits, the voice that commands, and the will that refuses to bend. Among the rulers of history, there was one whose influence stretched beyond mere conquests, a figure who defied expectations, whose name became legend. She was more than a queen, she was a force, a strategist, a woman who ruled not just with beauty but with brilliance. From an early age, she understood that survival required more than noble birth. She was not content to be a figurehead, nor was she willing to let others decide her fate. Where others relied on steel, she wielded words like weapons. Her mind was her strongest blade, her charisma a shield against enemies seen and unseen. She walked among scholars, spoke the tongues of many, and knew that knowledge was the truest power of all. Her kingdom stood at the crossroads of civilizations, a land rich in culture, wealth, and ambition. But it was also a land filled with intrigue, where betrayal was as common as the rising sun. She did not simply inherit a throne, she fought for it. She played empires against each other, turning foes into allies, always thinking steps ahead of those who sought to control her. She did not rule as a passive queen, nor did she wait for history to shape her. She shaped it herself. Her presence alone could command a room. Her voice could sway the tides of war. The greatest leaders of her age stood beside her, not as masters, but as equals. She was not merely a ruler, she was a symbol of resilience, of intelligence, of power wielded with precision. Her reign was not without struggle. Enemies plotted, storms raged, and empires shifted. Yet she stood defiant, unyielding, refusing to be forgotten. Even when the walls closed in, when fate turned against her, she chose her own destiny. She would not be caged, nor would she be paraded as a trophy of conquest. She remained a queen to the very end. Though the sands of time have buried kingdoms and crumbled monuments, her name endures. She was more than legend, more than myth. She was the last great ruler of her dynasty, the embodiment of a nation's strength, the woman who stood against the tide of history and left her mark upon the world. Who am I? I am Cleopatra.